Okay, we are live. Welcome back to another watch party. It is the Nets taking on Dallas in what is Kyrie's first game at the Barclays Center since he departed from Brooklyn. It is, well, it is it's going to be a good game, I think. In my eyes, I'm probably wrong. Um, Hold on a second. I think that's all good. Okay. Yeah. So Kyrie is back. Luka Doncic was questionable to play, but he is starting, and Ben Simmons is also starting. No, this is not a dream. Ben Simmons is starting a game after he was resting with load management. Now, the injury report is more lengthy than it has been, probably at any stage this season. Cam Johnson's out, Finney Smith is out, Dayron Sharp is out, Lonnie Walker's out, Derek Whitehead is also out. That is called upon, that has meant that the two-way players have had to have been called on. JV's probably a little bit upset that he can't run with Royce O'Neal for 35 minutes and play a seven-man rotation like he did yesterday. But it's going to be a different story today, hopefully. We've got Watford hopefully playing alongside Wilson and Clowney and these guys that have been called up. I think Keon Johnson's also been called up as well. He is starting Thomas. That's just not what well, it's not what anyone expected, but it is true. I'm not taking the piss. I'm not lying. Yeah. Just seen another video of Spencer Dinwiddie just not warming up, just sitting courtside, looking more relaxed than I was on a holiday. And he's actually at his workplace, technically. Yeah, so hopefully we're going to see Ben Simmons actually be a bit electric. That's going to be ultimately the goal, I would think. Really weird time of the season though for this team, because we're 20 and 29. We could not be any more mid than what we currently are, and we haven't made a move yet. We haven't been proactive. Are the next 48 hours gonna have a little bit more, something extra? I don't know. Because honestly, I think in some cases maybe the ship has sailed. In other cases, would you say that there's still a lot of work being done behind the scenes to facilitate deals getting done? I'm not so sure. I would have thought that the deals would have been done by now. That's just a hunch. The starting five is the most important thing for you to look at. And as you can see, it is not a typo. It is not your eyes playing tricks. Ben Simmons is starting. Kyrie Irving with a very he's got a. It looks like he's been to the barber recently. I don't know if short hair Kyrie is better or worse than when he has longer hair and he's got the headband out. But today he's got a buzz cut. And Luka Doncic, who was questionable, is fit to play. Iron Eagle is on the call on TNT, so it's basically like, it doesn't really matter if, the broadcast isn't being shown on Yes, because we're basically getting it with Iron Eagle here. Last night we played Golden State, we lost by 11. Good first half. Second half was just an atrocity in terms of defense. Gave away 66 points. Scored at the same rate as we did in the first half. And ultimately, this team got done in. This team just, fell off a cliff. Royce O'Neal, I think, the Nets only hit 9 field goals in the last 18 minutes of play. And 5 of those were on the back of Royce O'Neal hitting threes, in which he went nuclear after going 0 of 6 in the first 3 quarters, I think. So, yeah, that's, well, I can fully foresee that happening again. Claxton fouled out. He had 7 blocks in that game, which was just a little bit absurd. This one's about to get underway a little bit earlier than I anticipated. For the Mavericks, starting for them is Doncic, Kyrie, Josh Green, Derek Jones, and Maxi Kleber. The Mavericks won. The Mavericks won by 16 yesterday. Spencer Dinwiddie was a little bit playful there with Luka Doncic. Doncic wanted a handshake, and Dinwiddie's just looking at it like, "Who the hell are you? I don't know you. You're foreign to me." All right. Oh, wow. That is an early jack up by Mikal Bridges. He did not wait. About 3 seconds into the game, he shot a 3 and missed. So Dallas will get into the first proper set of the game, and it's Luka. What the hell is that, bro? We were just rotating, and it just allowed an easy pass to Kyrie. There's no other way to explain it. Ben Simmons is going to back down Josh Green out to Dinwiddie. I don't know why he keeps starting, because he's just been hot garbage. But he's got a wide open 3 here, and he misses. Ben nearly got the rebound, but it's going to be secured by Dallas, and now Doncic will get into things with Bridges, picking him up. Ben comes over to help. Doncic tries to move through. The kick out to Kyrie. Thought about the 3, didn't shoot it. Gets into the paint, shoots over Ben, and hits back iron. So 2 off for Kyrie, and 1 off for Bridges in this opening portion of the game. That's a turnover by Mikal, and it's Kyrie with the dunk. Or the layup, one or the other. I have no idea why Bridges is the main guy there. He's missed another 3, Clax with the board, and the easy dunk. And the Nets are on the board. After quite a few misses in the early going, 2 apiece, 1.5 gone. Doncic has not taken a shot attempt yet. He's already doubled there by Bridges and Claxton, but there's no urgency in trying to cut off the pass. Kleber into the paint. Claxton, well, was able to get a tie-up, but they didn't call it, and the Mavericks recovered, but a wild layup is off by Jones. Ben into the paint. Well, a driving kick. It was a failed Euro step, but the kick out to Bridges reaps the reward, and Mikal's got his first 3 of the game. He's already put up quite a few shots, and Cam Thomas, I don't think Cam has had a touch in the first 2 minutes. Kyrie the drive, reverse, and he gets it to go through Claxton. Crafty, and it looks like they're emphasizing getting Kyrie into the game nice and early. He's already basically taken all their shots. Claxton the layup, and there was no foul. A very late call, and it will be Claxton shooting to Kleber with the foul. I think that's something that needs to be exploited as much as possible in this game, because it's very clear that they don't have the size, really. So 2 free throws coming up here. For those who have missed it, Ben Simmons has started. Ben is the leading assist getter. Well, he's averaging the equal most, but he's obviously played a crap ton less. Alrighty. So Clax makes the first and converts the second. So Claxton with a couple makes, well, 1 from the field, and both free throws made at the basket. And now Ben is picking up Luka. The switching is at play. Doncic the step back over 2, and he hits. Like, we cannot afford to have Cam Thomas switched onto Luka Doncic. Ben has got to try fight over those screens, man. Ben, out to Thomas. Hard screen by Ben. Cam can move through, misses the layup badly, and they fling it ahead to Josh Green. Behind the back, straight to Dinwiddie, and the Nets have the numbers. Oh my God, nearly fucked up the fast break possession. Thomas into the paint. They bounce pass to Dinwiddie, back to Thomas. He'll drive. That had to be a foul. What the fuck is that? Are you kidding me? How is that not a call? Cam just got completely decked there by Kleber. Well, he did go straight up. He did go straight up, so that was actually legal. And Claxton's already gone to the bench, so I don't know who they've brought in. O'Neal. Fresh off 5 threes in one quarter. Kyrie scores over Thomas, and this is just going to be... It's going to be money every day of the week. O'Neal to Thomas. The switch, he's got Luka on him now. 1-on-1. Step back 3 over Luka is basically an air ball. Ben saves it and then smashed it off Maxi Kleber, and it went out of bounds. So, heads up play there by Ben. But bro, Cam Thomas has started really, really rough. Mikal the same. Bounce pass to Mikal Bridges off the inbound, and that was well worked. Smart bounce pass by Ben. Had enough weight, so Bridges didn't have to hesitate. Could get it up as quickly as possible. It's 9 apiece. Josh Green doing the facilitation. The switch. Shoots over Cam Thomas and scores off the window, and he got the bounce. And the Mavericks up 2. Ben behind for the trailing O'Neal. He basically might as well have shot it over the top of the backboard because it would have had the same result. Kleber into the paint. Kicks it out to Green, who will shoot the mid-range and hit back iron. And it's O'Neal who chases up the rebound, gives it to Ben, who will pass it out to O'Neal, who shoots again. And that's practice shots that you've just got to hit. No one was defending that within about 3 or 4 feet of the shooter there. Doncic hits back iron, and the board is secured by CT. So the Nets have started really, really poorly from the field. It's Thomas into the paint. He's blocked by Luka. And right now, we just don't have anyone that's actually, well, beating off the dribble. And Kyrie just hits one from Philadelphia. Let's just call it that. That was pretty filthy. And he is outscoring us at the moment. Or he's equal with the Nets. Kyrie's got 9. The Nets have got 9. And the Mavericks are up 5. That is the situation in the early going, and we just look very flat. Very flat out of the gate. Derek Lively's actually out, and has been out for a bit. Dante Exum's also out. We're really going to miss Lonnie Walker today because that is the spark plug off the bench that you really love to have as a part of your team. Probably missed him yesterday as well, and that's one less player that you really are, well, is so important to your team because he brings something extra off the bench. And if you're lacking something in the starting lineup, he can come off the bench and really have that impact. Right now, Bridges got 5 and Clax has got 4. Cam has not scored. Ben's got 2 points and 2 dimes and 2 rebounds. Kyrie has got, well, it says he's got 12. But I would assume they've put 3 extra on the board. It says they're up 17-9, but it also says they're up 14-9. I don't know which one to believe. But yeah, Kyrie is off to a cracking start. Yeah, they've just added an extra bucket for no reason. 4 of 6 and 1 of 2 from 3 amounts to 9 points. They're just shooting really well. It's not really rocket science. And the Nets have just shot poorly. 3 of 12, 1 of 7 from 3. Good interior defense, forcing the kickouts. And the threes, well, we're not punishing. Cam Thomas is 0 of 4. O'Neal's missed his 2 threes. Mikal also has had a bit of a rocky start. And yeah, that is the situation, basically. And as you can see, that bench is weak. And you look at all the absences, those are not ideal absences, I will tell you. So, it's going to be a tall order to beat this Mavericks team today. It's gone from the Mavericks not having Kyrie a few games ago, and Luka was questionable to play today. Now we have to deal with both of those guys. So it's always going to be, well, it's going to be incredibly difficult. All right. If you are enjoying the stream so far, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. Would you do a video about the new rule changes in the AFL in your say on the mid-season trade period? Not really. I don't really have much to say about them, to be honest. Why is Clowney in instead of Harry Giles? Well, they're both fit to play, so it's just whether or not one or the other is going to get an actual run. Clowney is in, though. Dennis is also in. O'Neal for 3. Out of the timeout, that's a very good play. I'm excited to see these Clowney minutes. Although I fucking hate this. Why do we play Clowney small ball 5? He is a 4. He is a 4, but the only position he's played in the NBA is a 5. That is good defense by Clowney. He's forced the kick out to Hardaway. Kyrie's open on the weak side. Kleber's got an open look, and that is well short. So O'Neal with the board. Whoops. May have heard a bit of distortion there. So Ben's on the bench. Looks like they just don't believe in Giles, man. Dinwiddie skip past. Thomas gets by the closeout. Got rid of Hardaway. And that's Kyrie. And he scored off the window. So, couple good stops. And it's gotten us all square. Kyrie to Luka. He's picked up by Dinwiddie. And that's a great spin by Luka to get through. Shoots and doesn't get the call. And it's going to be Dallas ball. And Doncic is a little bit annoyed with that decision that hasn't gone his way. So 5:45 to play in this quarter. Inbounded to Kyrie straight away. He misses. It rattles out. Oh my god. The ball just went away from Dennis. That is a fucking terrible offensive ball to give away. You had the position. You just were lazy and didn't move your feet. One that's so avoidable to give away. 16-14. It's Dinwiddie to O'Neal. Gets in the paint. Pass to Cam in the corner was a little bit dodgy. He's going to take on Kyrie. The kick out to O'Neal, who pulls the trigger again. I'm sick of these Royce threes already. And we're in the first quarter. Hardaway is going to drive. Shoot over Clowney. And he gets the contact. +1 as well. With that make off the window. And it will be a free throw here. So Clowney getting tested off the dribble and not able to keep up laterally. Hardaway was able to beat him to the spot and had that class. So a free throw for Tim Hardaway. Dwight Powell is in for Dallas. And Grant Williams is also in. So I just realized now that Grant Williams actually came off the bench. So they opted with Derek Jones at the 4 and Kleber at the 5. And Grant Williams to come off the bench. Thomas is an open look. Catch and shoot 3. Yes, he's too easy. Or he's too good to miss those easy shots, should I say. Dennis is picking up Luka pretty intensely. But the 3 by Luka is off. Cam gets it ahead. Dennis, dunk. And it's all tied up yet again. So for every 5 points the Mavericks score, the Nets respond with 5 of their own. It's Luka now who's going to try post up Dennis at the 3-point line. The kick out to Hardaway. And that's an easy knockdown 3. You don't really know game by game if Hardaway's going to have a good or a bad one, but if he makes his first couple like the way he has, you would probably, well, put your money on that. Oh! You would put your money on him probably having a really good game. That's a great lob by Dennis to Clowney, who makes his first basket of the game. So Doncic again. Got to help out. Doncic is able to get it to go. It sits on the rim for quite some time. and goes down. Watford, Bridges, and Claxton getting ready to come into the game. Thomas, the pass to O'Neal, weaves through. Who the fuck has he passed that to? We fling it around. Thomas, O'Neal is open in the corner, and that's good as well. Good patience. Oh, wow, that is very early offense by the Mavericks, and Hardaway put way too much on it. He nearly banked it in. Dinwiddie. He's going to use the Clowney screen on the wing. Behind the back, gets through. Dinwiddie is trapped as he picked up his dribble. O'Neal across to Dennis. He's going to drive, and why would you shoot a fucking mid-range over Luka? That just doesn't make any sense. You got to pass it to Cam to bail your team out on those possessions when nothing, well, looks like it's going to eventuate. Williams' three is well left, and so Dennis will push it forward. Thomas drives through. That had to be a foul. Thomas didn't even get the layup to go, bro. That is just an easy look, and it just isn't going down for CT in this opening quarter. Doncic wanted another whistle. He's not going to get it. So Luka is very, very frustrated in this opening quarter, mate. Clowney's playing good defense. Like, Luka is trying to, con the rookie into giving away a foul. And every single time he's just stood there, arms straight up, hasn't done anything stupid, and Luka doesn't get those bullshit calls. This is the stat line so far for the Nets. You can see, well, assist numbers are good. Basically every shot we've taken has been, or every shot we've scored has come off an assist, bar one. Only the one turnover we've made, 4 threes. O'Neal has been a bit trigger happy from the outside. Clowney has played 4 minutes and been pretty good in that time. And yeah, that's the situation. Spencer's played an equal team high minutes, which I'm not a fan of. I do like seeing the first quarter minutes, though, for Noah Clowney. If there's going to be a bit of exposure for him, I think this is the sort of game. Cam Thomas has already got 4 boards and 2 dimes, so potential triple-double watch, I guess. That's provided he's not on the end of a lot of possessions, like he's the final guy to take the shot. Because if he's like the connector, he will buff up those rebounding and assist numbers, you would imagine. For Dallas, it's really been Kyrie who's been off to a great start, and Luka as well. Tim Hardaway's also scored a 3 and had a 3-point play, so that's where his 6 points come from. The Mavericks aren't shooting, well, that much better than we are. They've made the same amount of threes. Well, actually, one less. And they've also hit only one more shot because they've taken one more. So a big issue with this team yesterday was they couldn't rebound. In a game like today where you've got Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber, the 2 anchors, you would hope that you can actually maximize that lack of size or physicality that they may have, because they leave a little bit to be desired on that end. So yeah. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. We'll be back for Nets versus Cavaliers in a couple of days, where I believe it'll be the trade deadline. So this could be the last game where we see, well, where we witness this exact roster composition, play a game together. So it's going to be interesting to see, well, where the change is going to occur. Are we going to see Spencer Dinwiddie gone? I hope so. Are we going to see... Are we going to see Finney Smith back in a uniform after the injury, or is he going to be suiting up the next time he takes to the court in a different uniform? Royce O'Neal the same, except he's playing now, of course. So Watford is in playing the 4. I've got no idea. Thomas is off. Dennis will get into the paint. Oh my god, and he's been hit with an offensive foul. This idiot. Jaden Hardy was able to draw it. Dennis just completely removed him. Extension of the arm. And it will be Dallas ball. And it'll be Luka Doncic who brings it up, who remains on the floor without Kyrie Irving as his counterpart. The switch, that's too open. And Doncic is well short on it, but Hardy is more proactive in getting the rebound. And now it's Jaden Hardy. Dennis being a little bit harassing. Now Luka picked up by Watford. Please don't bail him out. The kick out to Hardy. The pull-up three. Oh my god. Three-pointer as the shot clock expired. That was a good defensive possession, but you're going to collapse the defense on Luka, and from there, there's going to be an open man. O'Neal cut down the middle by Watford. The push shot is off, and the rebound by Luka. Every time they've scored a couple buckets, we've responded. Let's see what we got here. Luka, off the window, skilled, and he scores off the glass, and it's a 5-point game. 29-26. Luka and Kyrie combined for 18. Bridges now, picked up by Williams. The screen by Clax, who's back in the game. Bridges, the mid-range is short. Why does he shoot those? And it's Luka with another board. Doncic, the bounce pass to Williams. The floater, there's just no resistance there either. And we're just too small somehow. With Claxton, O'Neal, and Bridges, you can't get much slimmer a front court than that. And even Watford, for four players who are pretty tall, or pretty physical, we're not doing a very good job of playing defense. Bridges is off on the mid-range again. Watford nearly was able to swoop on the rebound. Hardy fumbled it, but somehow secured. Then it went off Powell's foot. And just like that, it's going to mean the Nets can run out the entire clock and hold for one. So it's Dennis who will command the offense here, which I don't like to say. O'Neal gets through, layup, and that has to be the worst layup I've ever seen. Surely he didn't let that one off, and that's going to be quarter time. It's 31-24 at the end of the first, so the Mavericks went on a nice little 7-0 run to end the quarter, and that is, well, the difference between the two sides after one. So 31-24, it's Luka and Kyrie who have done the damage. The Mavericks are shooting 50% from the field. And yeah, it's really those two that have funded the offense. They lead on the back of those two guys really performing. For the Nets, well, it's fair to say that Mikal and Cam Thomas need to be better than that. Dinwiddie and Claxton, I would love to see Clax get more involved. I mean, I don't know why we only played him 5.5 minutes in that first quarter. Interesting sort of management, though. No Jalen Wilson in that first quarter. I do want to see him play. Maybe Keon Johnson comes into the game for some athleticism because he's got some crazy vertical stats. So, yeah. There's so many options, and yet we somehow don't make use of, like, any of them. So frustrating. Claxton trade, realistic or off-season move? I mean, I could see it happening, but I don't think it'll happen. I can see it happening, though. Don't get those two things twisted between, like, I think it could happen, but I don't think it will happen. I think our asking price is too big. I think we value him too high. I think others around the league value him that high as well. And what they're willing to give up, I don't think they will give up. I also don't think we played through Ben enough in that first quarter. Only the 5 minutes, of course, but you know, every time he's played in the previous couple of games, he's looked a lot more impactful. Today, it's been a very different story. We really haven't played with pace at all, which is a bit of a frustrating sort of dynamic that we're dealing with. I do want us to lay off the threes a little. I mean, last game we shot 6 of 26 in the opening half from 3 and only got 49 points. Like, if you shoot 26 threes, you should be at least hitting 55 points minimum. It's just a little bit pathetic. It's a little bit pathetic, the shot selection, but look, I'm more than happy for you to take the shots if they're on, but like Royce O'Neal has pulled the trigger on 5 3-pointers already. Granted, he can't take a layup. I mean, the only inside shot he's taken, it was one of the worst layups I've ever seen. So, you know, it's probably best he only takes threes, but not at the volume he has been taking them at. So, that being said, he's 40% in this game from 3, which isn't an awful mark from the outside. So, yeah. So, 31 to 24. And Jalen Wilson is playing. Thank you. So, Wilson, Thomas, Simmons, Bridges, O'Neal. I actually like this lineup. Ben at the 5. Wilson playing the 4 as a very energetic forward that can rebound. Kyrie into the paint. He shoots over Bridges, and that is just crafty. Bridges just can't keep him in front. Well, he can, but Kyrie just keeps shifting him further and further under the basket, and thus he was able to bank it in from about 5 feet away, even though Bridges did keep him in front. Simmons into the paint. He's going to take on Kleber. Bridges' corner 3 is off. Wilson did get 16 rebounds in his last G League game. Oh my god, that is horrible defense, bro. What is that? Wilson is going to hand off to Bridges. The screen set. Bridges to O'Neal in the corner. He did not shoot the 3. That was the one he should have taken. O'Neal Euro-stepped through both Kyrie and Ben, and this time scored off the window. So, anytime O'Neal makes a basket on the inside, you know it's a good day. Why is O'Neal guarding Kleber? I mean, Kleber's probably not testing the inside, so maybe a good idea. Hardy to Jones, and now Hardaway. That's off back iron. Wilson with the rebound. Who the last time he played, hang on. O'Neal 3 is off, and that's got to be Nets ball. It is. And it's Wilson who manufactures that opportunity. That is all Jalen Wilson. I was saying, though, the last time Wilson played proper NBA minutes, here he is on a 3. Oh my god, how did that rim out? How did that rim out? It was a good look. Kyrie over Wilson does what Wilson couldn't. And it is a lead of a dozen. Wilson had a double-double the last time he played like proper NBA minutes against the Bucks. Ben escorts it in. Nice little alley-oop pass by Cam Thomas. So another assist to his name. Kyrie is going to drive on O'Neal. He's going to cook there. And he scores off the window again. How easy do you want to make this for them, man? Like, they've already scored 40, and it's probably been the easiest 40 I've ever seen. Ben is going to try score over Kleber. O'Neal gets the offensive board. Missed the layup. Wilson gets the foul, and it will be 2 shots. And I believe it's Kyrie who's going to pick it up. But, well, good resilience there by the Nets. Immediately, Jalen Wilson is going to impact you on the offensive glass. 100%. I don't know how Royce O'Neal is so bad at layups. It's unbelievable, bro. I could be better than this guy. With my eyes taped shut, I could actually make more layups than that guy. Because such an easy bunny, and he just... It's actually crazy how inadequate he is. So a 10-point game, and whilst the Nets offense hasn't looked too bad in this second quarter, the defense has been absolutely trash, and Hardaway just hits another three in the face of Cam Thomas. You got to at least try to deny the pass, bro. There's not even an effort, man. Wilson's going to take on Kyrie, and he's got the size, so I would really look to exploit that. O'Neal, Wilson was the cutter, but they didn't honor the run, and now Thomas, in a switch, picked up by Kyrie. He gets through. Layup is off, and it's going to be a technical, surely. Oh my God, how is that not our ball? JV's going to challenge the call. Apparently yesterday, JV actually used both his challenges in the first half and won both of them. So I'm a fan of this. I mean, he is using timeouts earlier in the game, but look, what's the point of saving it? That's what I've always said, and if you're adamant that, the call's going to go your way, then why not, take a chance? It was a good full court press there by Ben Simmons. He didn't let Kyrie get past half court, and I think he will win this challenge, JV, because Kyrie's tried to do a spin move and just lost it out of bounds doing the motion. So hopefully it's our ball, but bro, Cam Thomas is finding it real difficult. I do like where he's getting to on the court, but there is just some really good interior defense, and it's forcing Cam Thomas to contort his body in such ways that really compromise your shooting form and your ability to actually get layups, with ease. This is the scoring outlook, and it is not a positive one. Mikal Bridges in 10 minutes is a negative 18. So he's been just absolute dog water when he's been on the court. Defensively been trash, offensively much the same. And Kyrie's got 16 points. Luka hasn't even needed to go nuclear because, they've got 9 from Hardaway off the bench. He's usually the third scoring punch. And overall, this team just sucks defensively. Free throws kept him off there, but honestly, I'd rather send him to the line and make things a little bit more difficult than, allow shots this easily for them, because, it basically is a free throw. It's like a layup every shot they get. Got a real sore throat today, which isn't a good sign, I will say. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Cavaliers without fail, so make sure if you want to, witness more of these watch parties and chat to some like-minded supporters, this is the place to be. And there is also a donation link, so if you want to support the channel that way, there is also that option. So any of you that feel the need or want to do that out of the kindness of your heart, you are more than welcome to do so. This team is currently, getting outscored 12-6 in the quarter, so getting dominated. The leaders doubled as a result. And, it's fair to say that the Mavericks, simply put, are getting way more stops. This game is pretty free-flowing and open. There hasn't been too many free throws, not many trips at the line, so not one team is getting bailed out. Is that Keon Johnson in the game? Let's have a look at the challenge, and it is clearly... Bro, how did the referee not see that? Mate, that is probably... Bro, they just have to be fucking blind. Go to an optometrist and get your eyes checked. You could not be any closer to the ball, and you somehow miss that. It could not be any more clear cut. And whether to waste the challenge and timeout for that. I mean, the timeout was probably needed to regroup, but bit of a waste. Step back 3 is good. Is that Hardy again? Oh my God. Every time. Just, not that Jaden Hardy's a no-name, but he's not getting many minutes, and he just is cooking us at the moment with every shot he gets. Wilson to Bridges. The drive. The layup off the window is good. Back down to a dozen. And it is now the Mavericks playing through Jaden Hardy, who's looked good in limited action. Simmons with the steal, walks the tightrope as he got the ball. He gets it ahead to Bridges, the lob. Claxton is able to complete the play. Defense leads to offense. It's down to 10. We're going to need to see more of that. Don't even allow them to get the shot up. You've got to cut them off at the source and interrupt. Kyrie over the top. Can't do shit when... Look, there is just nothing you can do about that one, though. Bridges wants to respond, and he misses badly. He's well short on that. Kyrie to the corner for Hardaway. Gets rid of Claxton. That is too easy, but he's airballed the floater, and Ben gets the board. Bounce pass. Who the fuck was that to? It was in between Thomas and Wilson, but the Nets still have it. And now it's Thomas on the wing using the Claxton screen. He passes to him on the roll. Oh, the spacing is trash. Claxton will get one up. It's off. The rebound. Well, it was going to the Mavericks anyway, but Ben's given away a foul. Trying to chase up the board. I don't know why Ben just goes into the body every time he rolls to the basket. Like, why can't he just go around and use that athleticism, bro? He's got it. I don't know why. He's so passive, almost. So a 13-point game, and it's Kyrie picked up by Bridges, and now Dinwiddie switches onto him. Kyrie into the paint. That is a tough shot, and we force the miss, and the Nets got to score here. We've got the numbers. Thomas, oh my god, he fucking turned it over, this clown. Green, it's a 2-on-1 to the corner for Kyrie. He's going to get it back out through Doncic, picked up by Claxton. Doncic puts the head down. Step back. No. He passes it back out to Kleber and he'll reload. Doncic, 1-on-1. Pass to Kleber. Dinwiddie was playing off him and he just allowed another open three. And you can't tell me that's the defensive scheme we want, because that is just awful. What is Spencer doing? Wasn't impacting the on-ball play, nor was he impacting the play off the ball as well. Like, far too relaxed, bro. Already conceded 52 points. Kyrie's gonna not shoot that because there's no space. The switch. He drives on Wilson. Shoots and scores again. Oh my god, he has been nuclear this quarter, bro. Wilson into the paint. That's a wild layup and it's off. And they are just not calling anything either side. There's probably been quite a few calls that could have gone Dallas's way. Oh my god, how has that been called a foul? 5:28 to play. The Mavericks are cooking in this quarter. I mean, granted, they've been cooking all game, to be honest. So Dennis is back in. Kyrie has got 21, bro. 21. And it's meant that Luka, when he was questionable, you would have thought that he doesn't really want to shoulder the load today. Well, he hasn't had to. Doncic on one leg scores again. What the fuck, man? I mean, Luka's got 11, but it's felt like he's had the impact far greater than just the 11 points in isolation. 56-38. Claxton fakes the handoff to Wilson. And he can't pass it to Spencer, so we give it a Cam with 7. Gets into the paint. Lost the ball. Wilson fumbled it. He's going to have to put one up, and he does. And he misses badly. And another rebound. So there's just nothing. Like, Cam Thomas can't navigate through the Mavericks defense. And then once you cut that off, it's going to be troublesome. Oh, wow. They have waved off a shot that was clearly... Well, a foul clearly occurred on the gather, and they've called a side out. Unless there was a bit going on beforehand. No, that had... Oh. Let's have a look. Yeah, that would have had to have been a continuation, but They haven't called it, and look, they'll probably get an extra point out of this. They'll score a 3 off it instead of a 2. Green, pass to Powell, spin, scores again. Bro, they are just cooking, mate. How did JV get this lead out to allow this lead to get out to 20? Really? It actually hasn't felt like it's a 20-point game, you know? Like, granted, I expected us to probably not win this game, but to be this down bad, pretty sad. What is up with this coach? How can you have a plan to just shoot threes all day, and why continue when it's not working? Oh, look, the personnel doesn't help. But that being said, like, well, today defense is the big issue. It really starts there. You can't get a stop. You can't get a stop, and all of a sudden, you know, your idea to play with pace is completely gone. Because the Mavericks are always going to be set defensively if they keep on scoring. Okay. It is just a bit shambolic at this point, right? The Mavericks are shooting 9 of 17 from the field. They are now shooting 60% from the field, bro, on Kyrie and Luka. I mean, not even Luka, to be honest. It's just been Kyrie, and then Luka's been the nice little support there. He's facilitated the offense very, very well. Yeah, it's been really a sight to behold. If you're a Mavericks supporter, from a Nets perspective, well, I mean, there's not really too much to get excited about on this box score today. Look at the percentages, bro. It's fucking disgusting, bro. And, well, Cam Thomas has not been his good self in the last couple of games. He's found it very difficult to get through these sort of defenses that are well set. But it's the defense is just really letting us down at the moment. I honestly would have played Noah Clowney a little bit more. He is the only player that is not in the negative in the plus minus, and for the 4 minutes he played, he actually, unironically, wasn't too bad. And that's probably an indicator that we've really missed the trick not playing these guys more. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bit annoyed that, like, I just don't understand. I don't understand why we don't play. Um, I don't understand why we don't play the youngins. I don't understand it. It's just been a cakewalk for the Mavericks, bro. Dinwiddie to Thomas, weaves through. Push shot is good. And, well, we're going to need to see a lot more of that if we're to even have a sniff in the second half. It's going to start here, though. This side, it's Irving to Luka, picked up by Dinwiddie in an isolation. I do not like the end product for this. Oh, my God, bro. Where was the foul? If he fucking called it on Dennis. He's called it on Dennis. Had to have. Because Spencer did fuck all in that sequence. So it's Cam, Dennis, Dinwiddie, Claxton, O'Neal. I don't know what the fuck this is. Don't know why we keep playing Spencer, man. Luka misses the free throw. He's barely gotten to the line. The Mavericks have barely gotten to the line. This is only their second trip. And on the first trip, they only had one free throw. So Luka with 11 thus far. Second free throw is good. And it barely had enough energy to get in there. But he's able to score, and they've gone on another run, Dallas. So a 19-point lead. Knocked away. Claxton resecures off his own handoff. And now Dennis on the outside. The drive. Swatted. Or was that a pass? Claxton got blocked by Williams. And then Williams dove on the floor. And somehow the Mavericks are able to sweep it up. Irving. The pass to Luka. Gonna drive and spin. Step back on one leg. It doesn't get the bounce. And the rebound by the Nets. Dennis. Drive. He's gonna wait. Gives it back out to Thomas. Thomas is trying to cook on Dwight Powell, but he's staying with him. And thus it's a contested 2 that he takes and he converts. And it is a 17-point lead to Dallas. Cam's got 9. He's got the 5 dimes in this opening half. So not scoring, but doing a good job of facilitating as much as he can. Kyrie to the corner for Green, who pulls the trigger. Like, that was good defense. It was just like a no hesitation 3, and they hit. It's like there's no one actually trying to contest that properly. Bridges 3, that's a good response, and those are the ones that Mikal usually hits. So, second 3 of the game for Mikal. He hits double figures, and now Luka is doubled. Green to the corner for Williams. And he will drive on Claxton, nearly lost the handle, and then he just threw it out of bounds, and it's going to be Nets ball, and we're about to exceed the final 2 minutes of the quarter. That is just a poor defensive play by Dennis. I didn't even try contesting the 3. Probably more covering the drive there, but it's a pretty pathetic sort of closeout, I will say. Dinwiddie to Claxton. He's going to hand it off to Bridges. O'Neal into the paint. The layup just blocked. Oh, my God. Just pathetic, Royce. Not even... Like, how shit can you be on a layup? Powell's blocked by Claxton. We've got a 3-on-1. Got to score here. O'Neal is trash. Oh, my God. It's going to be free throws, I think, for O'Neal. But that is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. All he needed to do was just pass it to the trailer, which was Bridges or Dennis, instead of throwing up some bullshit off the backboard. Oh my God. Royce is so bad inside the arc. How do you miss layups that badly? It's like he doesn't understand physics. He just piffs it off the backboard and thinks a magnet's gonna suck it in. Bro, you don't need to put that much mayo on it. Just lightly put it up. O'Neal gets the bounce and it's down to 15. Can we get it down to single figures at halftime? I would consider that a huge win if we can. Williams, skip past to Green. It's wide open. It's off. And the board by Claxton. We can make a move here. Now, get a good shot. Oh, my God. O'Neal is a fucking donut. Throws it out of bounds. Oh, my God, bro. Every time you have the chance to go on a run, you fuck it up. Doncic, Kyrie, back to Luka. Don't give him that space. Kyrie, pass to Powell. It's knocked away by Claxton, but it's saved. Williams has got 3 to shoot, and he stood on the sideline. So it's going to be Nets ball with 47 and a bit left in this first half. And the Nets have, well, done well to score the last 5. Probably could have scored a bucket on a possession, on the offensive possession prior, we've got another opportunity to close down the deficit some more. And so it's going to be Cam Thomas who will facilitate, switch, Claxton, 1-2. Thomas one-on-one with Kleber. He's going to get into the paint. Step back, kick out. Dennis, oh my God. Why would you fake on the 3, then shoot a step back 3? It doesn't make sense. Just shoot without hesitation. It's fucking dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, this is just ridiculously poor. Doncic behind the back. Oh, he's going to shoot a 3 and make it. Of course he is. You just knew it. You could see it from a mile away happening. And now Thomas is going to lose the basketball, and that's the half. That really sums it up. We have a look that we hesitate on and pass up. Then you've got someone on the other side making 3s like it's nothing. I don't know what was the bigger issue in that half. Defense or offense, I would say it was a bit of both. But there is a long way back for this team. Honestly, bro, I don't know why we don't play Wilson and Clowney, man. Wilson wasn't awful. Clowney actually wasn't that bad. I think he's been the better center today. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's been a really dire sort of first half. And you know what? Good riddance, I guess, because something's got to change. Something's got to give at some point. Yeah, it's been a bad one. Cam Thomas is 6 times, though. That's probably one of the only positives I can extract. Let me just update these. The Mavericks basically did a mirror image of what happened in the first half. They scored in the 30s. We scored in the low 20s. It's gotten the lead up to a sizable 18 now. And, well, Royce O'Neal has taken 10 shots, and I don't really know who's given him the license to do that. I would have actually rather Spencer Dinwiddie take 10 compared to O'Neal. O'Neal's one of only 2 in double figures. He's got 10 points. I mean, I did say to stop going trigger happy on the 3s in the second quarter. We only took 5. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but look, on the interior, it's been very, very difficult to actually get shots up. Cam Thomas is 4 of 10, so that's not actually completely awful. Bridges is 5 of 11. Those aren't too bad numbers, but look, Claxton's got 6 and 5. I think we haven't really used him at all. He's been pretty invisible in the first half, and well, then you look at the flip side, and you look at the Mavericks, and you see, well, it's pretty clear how things go in the Mavericks hierarchy. You've got Kyrie and Luka shooting plenty of shots. Luka's already got a double-double, 15 and 10, and he's definitely destined to get 10 assists as well. Kyrie's got 21, Hardaway's got 9, but it's really those two. That 1-2 punch has been seriously damaging. And even though they've only had the 3 free throws, they've made 11 threes on great efficiency. And they're shooting 58% from the field. So they've made 9 more shots. They've made 4 more threes. We have a free throw edge, but who gives a crap when you're getting killed percentage-wise from the field? It's obviously going to lead to a great disparity. And when you've got Kyrie and Luka taking as many shots as they are and converting, it's always going to be an issue for any opposition. that they will come up against. We look at the matchups and, well, yeah, I just really don't need to paint much of a picture. You can see that Luka and Kyrie have fueled this first half, the 65 points. You've got Mikal and Cam combining for 21, and, well, it's fair to say that they have taken far less, they've taken probably similar amounts of shots, but the efficiency is just not there. Granted, it's always going to be hard to match Luka and Kyrie's efficiencies, but this is just off the charts. And then you've got Hardaway scoring like 9 on 3 shots. We've got O'Neal scoring 10 on 10 shots. So you're taking away from potential catch and shoot opportunities. I mean, Jalen Wilson's got 4 and 2. Not bad. Clowney wasn't bad in 4 minutes. I actually would have loved to have seen him push 10 to 12 minutes. Or even what Jalen Wilson got. I would have loved to have seen Clowney get a crack there. But look, I don't really know what to make of this first half. I feel like, well, Ben hasn't really had involvement in this game. Claxton, neither. Maybe there is a difference to be had in terms of the way you stagger those sort of minutes. Spencer Dinwiddie getting 16. Interesting. Cam Thomas has gotten 20 minutes, so no longer can we say that Cam Thomas isn't getting the time he deserves, because he is. Today he's just found things very difficult to find his way through. But he's got 6 dimes, so if there's anything to take away, it's that he could get a triple-double tonight, and even though it's probably empty stats in a losing effort, the assist part of his game has really developed over the course of the season, and to see 6 dimes in a half, I mean, I'm pretty sure 6 dimes is his personal best for a game, so if he can get 1 more assist, that is a PB. So, yeah. But, like, we can't have Spencer Dinwiddie playing 16 minutes to put up no points. Like, that is just diabolical from a bloke getting 16 minutes. Like, not even 1 bucket. Like, he hasn't even taken 2 shots. Oh. It's just embarrassing. Yeah. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Share your thoughts about what's going on in this first half. I really don't know what you see. I don't really know what you see and you think you can change going into the second half. But share your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think about this first half, ladies and gents? I am very, very, indecisive as to what I'm going to see this second half. Probably resigned to the fact we're going to lose, but who knows, man? This team is always up in the air. You can never actually put a finger on a sole problem. There's no clear standout issue because there's always something different shedding light every single time we play. So I really don't know. But share what you think. Share what you've seen. Any observations? Any things to note? I just extract from this game that it has been a very lethargic first half where we have lacked basically in every single area that we've played. Defensively, we've looked shit. Energy-wise, we've looked trash. Scoring-wise, we look trash and very uninspiring. I feel like I've used that word way too much. Way too much in recent times. But that's what it is. It is very uninspiring. Yesterday, I think it was the exact same thing. We scored what? We scored 49 points or something like that in the second half, and we shipped off 66. So this is a very, very similar half to what we ended with, yesterday. When you've got guys like Spencer Dinwiddie scoring nothing in 16 minutes, bro, that just weighs you down so much. Like if we want to be serious in the second half, you would play your bench. There is a reason when we played the Bucks with all our bench, we actually remained in that game, because you can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the work rate to actually apply it, then no one's ever going to know what you're made of, and you're never going to fully maximize your potential, right? So it's just so fucking frustrating when you've got the same blokes doing the same shit on a regular basis, and you need something different. You need to see something more. You need to see someone that's got a chip on their shoulder that hasn't had minutes gifted to them this season. That's why Spencer Dinwiddie should not start the second half, because what the fuck's the point? He's not bringing any urgency to his game. He's not bringing the attitude required to win. And look, I think that's a bit down to JV making him guard Luka Doncic, because quite frankly, I think that's a fucking idiotic idea. But that being said, it comes down to the players ultimately. Dude, it's just what more can you say, really? There is nothing more you can say. Second half is probably going to begin in 5 minutes. I mean, let's get this game done as quickly as possible. If I'm going to see a fight back, then, well, I have reason to be excited, but the problem is I'm completely resigned to the fact we're probably getting smoked in the second half, or the game's going to be done in the third quarter, and I'll know the answer. I'll know the answer to this result before it's even done. Long before. We are losing games with Dinwiddie and Royce, yet we can just do the same without them. So we should give the rookies a run. Maybe not all at the same time, but definitely more minutes. We have 6 more back-to-backs for the rest of the season. Do you think Ben will miss each one of them? Well, it depends if he's actually not injured in that time. That's step 1. Then step 2 is how fit is he? How much build-up has he had prior? How many games has he had a successive run for? What I mean by that is, has he played consistently for a 2-week block? That may indicate that he'll play beyond, he'll I don't know how to phrase it. He'll play beyond that 2-week period, and they'll be a bit more aggressive with the minutes he plays and how regularly he plays. You can potentially see him playing back-to-backs if he's played consistently for a month. That's provided, as I said, he doesn't get injured in that time before then. So, I just think we are just not playing with pace one bit whatsoever. And it's problematic for a team who doesn't have too many creators. And, well, we don't even have Lonnie Walker, and he would be another one of those creators that can sort of breach that mid-range sort of strategy the Mavericks have got going on. They always It's like they force us into the in-between and we just actually fall over and, or sorry, should I say roll over and just comply with what the Mavericks want. You know, we haven't really been able to score on the inside, and on the outside we've struggled. I mean, in the second quarter we had less of a volume. With all due respect, that's probably because the shots weren't there. Which I did say only take the shot if it is there. But that being said, you know, there's been a couple where we've taken a far more difficult shot and passed up the three. So we've got to try stop playing the mid-range. I do love with this new box score that I'm using the ability to go to the shot chart, and you can see there are a lot of threes missed, but there's a lot of shots probably about 5 to 10 feet away from the basket that aren't going down. There's a lot of top of the key threes for the Mavericks that they have hit. So that is probably an area you've got to like get them away from. But step one is the actual attitude on a closeout. We are not at all contesting. Like, there was one really profound one that really sticks in my head, and it was the one where I think it was like we had clamped Kyrie on the possession, about 5 left to shoot. Kyrie's passed it to Josh Green in the corner. Dennis Smith is about probably 3 feet away from him. And he just ball watched. He just watched Josh Green shoot it. He didn't even try contest it. That is the real issue here. And yes, there are some shots where Kyrie has just gone nuclear, and of course he has, because save your good games for the teams you've got a grudge against. But it's been pretty it's been pretty poor. So look, I'll judge this team more after the All-Star break, but I swear to God, if I have to put up with this shit for the next 30 games, as if I haven't dealt with it already for 30 games, then I don't fucking know what to say. It's more just like complete withdrawal from everything. In the first 23 games, we had a +3 percentage advantage from 3. Now we're -6. Teams shoot 6% better. Teams shoot 6% better from 3 than us. We've dropped off we've dropped off by 5%. And on the flip side, teams have shot 4% better. This is why we're so shit. Can't defend the 3 for our life. Can't shoot the three for our life. Bro, what is Cam doing, bro? You can't be serious. Mate, that is just... I can't even describe how poor that is. Cam Thomas just deserted Kyrie 1 pass away to help the Nets blitz Luka Doncic. Like, there was no rotation. You just allowed a wide open 3 top of the key. What even is that? No one is immune to any bit of criticism because that is just pathetic. No rotation rollover, and the IQ in the first place to for that to be your plan. Like, come on. Like, you couldn't even make a lineup change. If you're opting for blitzes every possession, then you need to make a lineup change. Because it's just too easy. You can't do that with 2 players on the court who are equally gifted. Bro, the Suns feasted off this sort of shit. They scored 136 against us. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just, like, I don't even know what to say. I just have to rub my eyes and hope that it is actually, like, my eyes playing tricks and it's not real life, but we all know that, well, it's going to crash back down to earth real quick. God, it is just... What do you even do? I mean, you almost have to go to like Twitter and stuff just to like get a little bit of therapy because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. What sort of brain dead plan is that to double Luka with the player that's guarding Kyrie who scored 21 points? Bro, you don't even need to know shit about basketball to know that. Like, come on. And JV's going to say something like, well, Luka's a difficult guy to guard. You know, you've got to throw everything at him. You've got to make things difficult. When we blitz, we don't aggressively blitz. There's no one peeling off other players to try get a steal or get in the passing lane. It's just like a half-assed blitz. You allow the bailout pass, and then you allow a wide-open shot because of it. It's like, it is so brain dead of an idea that, like, children could even ask their parents why JV is so bad. Like, what the fuck, man? One pass away and you're telling players to peel off. Fucking idiots, bro. 44 seconds into the second half, you had a full 20 minutes to iron out a game plan. Oh, wait, he doesn't have one. Bro, come on, man. It's just getting old at this point. Mate, JV is just one of the worst, if not the worst coach in the entire league. He's just bad. You could excuse him for having a few injuries here and there, but good coaches, or at least somewhat adequate coaches, know roughly how to remain competitive. This is just bad. Oh my God. Ben, why would you pass the layup? Claxton gets it to go +1. And he is down, but he'll get back up because he is... I don't know what happened there, but... On second thought, that's a pretty good pass by Ben. Good facilitating. It's going to be free throws for Nic Claxton, or one free throw. He's got 8 points and 5 boards. I just don't know why we haven't been aggressive with him. Like, he's got Maxi Kleber guarding him, bro. He's now made all of his free throws as well. 3 of 3, so... Guess that's something to take out of the game. Luka doubled again. And, oh my God. Kyrie backdoor cut and one-handed jam off an alley-oop. Oh my God. Cam Thomas is fouled. That is just downright embarrassing. Like, just why? Bro, this is just embarrassing. It's like they are playing against traffic cones. And I think that would be disrespecting traffic cones. Oh my God. Thomas, baseline 2's off. Ben can't get the putback. The rebound by Jones. This is going to be a really long second half, I can tell you right now. Doncic over Claxton. That's off. And the board by Ben. It has been a long time since they've missed the three-pointer, it feels. Dinwiddie into the paint. Is he going to actually put a shot up? Nope, he's looking for a pass. Claxton mid-range is off. I'd honestly rather him take those than some fucking garbage, bro. Bridges got beaten to the spot by Kyrie, but Claxton, good recovery, gets the block. Cam just passed it away and then fucking double dribbled at the same time. Or traveled. One or the other. Doesn't really fucking matter. It's another turnover. This team, I refuse to believe with this lot of players can be this fucking bad. There's just no way, bro. There is no way you continue to watch this as a GM and think it's okay. Make the move. Claxton, another block. Oh my god, and Ben just lost the ball. Doncic poked it away. Kyrie's got a wide open three. And he missed probably the most open shot he has had all game. Thomas. Screen. Oh my god, bro. The screens were rubbish, so Cam couldn't lose his defender. Bridges into the paint on one leg. He scores 20-point lead. Green. Out to Kleber. Now to Doncic up top. The switch. It's Claxton guarding Luka on the outside. He's going to pull it back. Shoot the three. Miss. Bridges the board. Ben will get into it. You've got to move it quick. Bridges. Pass to Ben. Fakes the handoff to Bridges and we'll give it to Thomas instead. Gets into the paint. He just flung up a bad shot. Ben puts one up and scores. And it's down to 18. So, 18-point game. Ben with 4.7 boards and 3 dimes to his name. Kyrie is going to back down Dinwiddie. Turn. Dinwiddie does well. And we get a steal. It's Claxton to Thomas. Spin. Gets past Kyrie. Claxton into the paint. Oh, wow. That's a great extra pass. And the Mavericks are going to be forced into a timeout. But I like what Claxton did there because I feel like we've been caught into the trap way too often of seeing the Mavericks defense and not playing with pace and trying to exploit the openings that will arise if you move it quick. And thus, Claxton was able to draw a couple. Extra pass, Ben Simmons, bucket. And Ben advances to 6 points, and it is down to 16. So, I mean, the game's not over yet, but look, we're going to need to see this consistently for the rest of the game. I just don't back this team in to have the talent or quality to get it done. It's going to start with the work rate, though. This team just really has to knuckle down and try to get it done. It's bloody exhausting watching this team, man. It is so damn exhausting watching this team. Alrighty. Is Ben playing his own game or is he following some plan that JV has drawn up? Well, it's probably the game plan because the whole offense is hell-bent on Ben Simmons running the point and playing with pace. But if you can't get a stop, as I've said, if you can't get a stop, you're going to get killed. Because all of a sudden that pace you play with, I just mixed my words up. That pace you play with is going to be deprived because the defense is set back. So you've got to try and manufacture the pace as much as you can. If you're stagnant and not aggressive with it, then it's going to be an issue. Spencer Dinwiddie has been far too passive for a point guard. He's been far too passive. The way Spencer is playing against a half-court set defense, it's like suicide. Because you're not getting points out of him. Like, no, he's not testing the defense one bit whatsoever, and he's handling the facilitation duties. That comes with responsibility. If you can't play with aggression, like, within your own game, and by that I mean making the right pass, not being hesitant, seeing the openings, playing off intuition and what your conscience is telling you, bro, it's just like, it's just going to result in nothing less than embarrassment. 7 assists looks like a fake stat for Cam Thomas. Well, believe it or not, that is a career best for Cam, and we're not even halfway through the quarter yet. Still got about 18 to 19 minutes to go. So, yeah, it's I mean, it's good to see that he's got 7 dimes, but you know, it really counts for naught if you can't get the team dub. So JV said in the timeout, it's good that we're on TNT because we can hear with the audio assist what he's saying in the timeouts, JV. And he's saying go with aggression, you're going to have to turn the wheels. So in other words, you're going to have to fucking work your backside off in order to get back in this game. You cannot afford to play relaxed and passive. It's not going to work that way. You're not going to win games playing like that. Claxton with the left hand, it's off. Ben can't get it to go, and it looks like we've got a foul. It's one of Claxton or Ben going to the free throw line. It's Ben Simmons. Oh boy. I haven't seen a Ben Simmons free throw in a long time, so let's see if all that sidelines work is going to pay off. And he misses the first. No surprises there. Second free throw goes down. So, cut to 17. Excuse me. Doncic step back off the window. That is just so skilled. He just gets the angle right every single time he tries those off one leg. It's like he slows the entire game down. Dinwiddie on the outside. It just looks like he's lost a yard of pace as well. Claxton, you have an open man on the weak side and you fucking passed it away. We had the open number for so long and can't fucking exploit it. And now the Mavericks, well, nearly had a 3-pointer to go with their efforts there. Simmons to Bridges, the 3. Foul +1. We needed to see that because, well, it's going to be plays like that that get you back in the game. Josh Green commits the foul after he was trying to get through that screen. And he did get caught underneath Bridges, even though the contact was very, very fractional. The referee saw to something more, and it will be a free throw for Mikal, who's actually shooting it well today. He's got 17 on 7 of 13 shooting, with an opportunity to add 1 more point to the tally if he makes this free throw here, which is good as it rattles home. And we're into the second half of this quarter, and the Nets have barely made inroads, but they have outscored the Mavericks this quarter by 3. It's Doncic up top, picked up by Claxton. Dennis Smith is in. Doncic shoots contested, and it's off. And Cam Thomas is able to chase up the board and get it to Dennis Smith. He'll get into the paint. To Bridges. Dennis again. Out to O'Neal. Claxton. Good cut by O'Neal, and he scores the layup down the middle. And that's a defensive breakdown. It's down to 13. Great find. I think it was Claxton with the dime. The Nets have gone on a 16-6 run in the last 5 minutes, so the Mavericks have gone cold. Luka. Oh, my God. So it's a foul. Luka's been hit in the nuts. He's been hit in the balls, and he is down. Lost the ability to have kids. Those passes by Claxton is why I don't know why we haven't trialed Claxton a little bit more as a point center. Bro, what the hell? Clax, that was so dirty. He just, like, whacked him in the balls on purpose. They are so gonna upgrade that. That is the second straight game Clax has done something completely out of pocket. Like, that was so dumb. That is so gonna be overturned into something more. That's not even remotely down for discussion. That is definitely going to be turned into a flagrant, I think. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Cavaliers, regrettably, in a couple of days' time. This is a really poor play by Clax. If this gets upgraded, that was just a completely unnecessary, useless sort of play that has just let us down because we've just gone on a run. We've just gone on a run. 16-6 run. Like, okay, so Clax wasn't looking at where he was swiping, so that could potentially be the saving grace, but I'm not sure. So it remains to be seen what this is going to be called as. So Luka's getting strapped up. And I think they're going to call it a fucking flagrant foul. I don't know. They're still over there at the review monitor, so... So Clax, look, I don't think he was looking. That's the only saving grace for him. They've called it a flagrant foul, dude. 2 shots and they get the ball. What a fucking stupid play. When we've gone on a run to cut the deficit nearly in half, you commit such a play that gives them easy shots and then gives them another possession to buff the lead up. When it just as easily could have been 10 points if you actually get the stop. Luka converts the first, and he hasn't had to take too many of these free throws today. Wilson is into the game for the Nets. Doncic lines up the second and scores, so 15-point game. And it is Dallas who will get into a set here. It's Claxton picking up Luka. Step back 3. That is so tough. And he airballs it. And it's out of bounds, so it's going the way of the Nets. So the switch or adjustment, if you will, by JV is putting Clax on Luka, so you've got a reliable enough of a defender to not need the blitz and not rely on it. Wilson is dead to shoot the 3, and he'll convert from the corner, and it's down to 12. So a 9-2 run for the Nets in the last minute. It would have been a 9-0 run if you didn't fucking give away those flagrant free throws. We've got a foul off the ball, and it's gonna be... I don't know who, but it's off the ball. So inbounded to Powell. And now Clax goes to the bench. Nope, he's still in. So 8 to shoot, and the screen will be drawn. Doncic still has Claxton to deal with, and it's a block. Go, go, go. Push. Thomas. O'Neal. Back to Thomas. We're playing too slow. Thomas into the paint off the window. Claxton the tip in. Oh my god, it's a fucking offensive foul. You idiot. You idiot. Oh my god. How, bro? How? Every time we're about to get over the hump. Dumb ass decision. Let's have a look at the call. Oh, that is tough. Bro, come on, man. There is no way that they called that an offensive foul. The guy jumped to put up a floater and Hardaway was just in the way. Thomas lands into him. Like, it wasn't even a quick sort of thing. How are you supposed to stop yourself? I don't even know what to, like, say about that. Apart from what else is he really supposed to do in that sequence? He sort of stopped and pulled up. Like, he didn't really accelerate and lay it up. It was a floater, so he had to stop and shoot a jump shot almost. I don't know. We'll have a look at the box score because we haven't done so for a while. The Nets actually challenged the call, so I don't know what is going to happen if we win the challenge because we tipped it in through Claxton, but they're not going to count it, are they? Let's have a look. Excuse me. Bro, Hardaway moved into him. Has to be a winning challenge. Bro, Hardaway just moved across. There is just absolutely no way that... Yeah, thank you. We got it to go our way. So, JV has gone 4-4 with challenges. Is that just because, like... Is that just a indictment of how shit the refereeing has been? Because the first challenge we used was fucking blatantly wrong, so we had to just call the challenge for that. And this one, well, probably a little bit tougher to gauge, but I feel like most of the time that's getting called the way of the offensive player. So Cam Thomas, who's been quiet from a shooting perspective, bro, he's got to make the free throws. Just misses the first there. He scored 11 points, Cam, and there's an opportunity to make it 12 here. And he converts, so it's 80-69. The Mavericks have really dried up offensively in this quarter. It is an 11-point lead. It's slowly getting trimmed down. It was as large as 23 early in the quarter. Open three for Hardaway. No, it's off. And, bro, come on. Mate, they just blew an offensive putback after we should have gotten a foul going our way for an over the back. Dennis, layup, yes. 9-point game. 12-2 run. Kyrie is back in. So they've brought on Kyrie and run it with Luka to see if they can change things up. Dennis is face guarding the crap out of Kyrie. Kyrie just scores. That is so tough. And when you need someone to really dig in and get the offense going again, players like Kyrie are going to be able to do that for you. It's Cam Thomas who will drive, get through, gets one up. It rims out. The rebound by the Mavericks. So, drive, puts one up, doesn't get the bounce. Good defense. Thomas will get it by half court, look to get into something quick. He will drive, and he was fouled by Powell, and it's going to be 2 more for CT, who, well, yesterday when he was 4 of 21 from the field, he was able to get to the free throw line 11 times, and that is why he was actually the leading scorer, amazingly enough. So the Nets back at the free throw line, trailing by 11, and Cam Thomas converts the first to cut it to 10. And it's, you know what? The fact that I lowered my expectations to rock bottom at halftime is the reason why I'm not even excited that we've trimmed the deficit basically in half. With that free throw, it actually confirms it. It's gone from an 18-point deficit to 9. Doncic, drive and spin. That is so easy. And you needed to be better than that, Clax, fighting over the screen, because that was the direct assignment, and a switch meant Cam Thomas had to pick up Luka. And I know what the result's always going to be. Wilson's ready to pull the trigger on the 3. That is the 3rd time a 3 is rimmed out. He's been online basically every single time he shot it. Kyrie, he's got Wilson on him. Step back 3 is off. Oh my God, Cam Thomas took a shot to the face. No call. Kyrie, the bounce pass to the corner. Williams 3, rims out. We're lucky. So their shooting has dried up, although the Nets have not been able to punish enough. Dennis into the paint. Layup is good, and he scores, falling to the floor. It's down to 9 again. They get it. Oh my God. They get it early, and Hardaway is going to get free throws after getting ahead of the defense. So a 9-point game. The Nets are in the bonus, so the more we can attack, the better. Tim Hardaway going to get a couple looks here. I don't think he's scored a point in the quarter. Hardaway's free throws now coming up, and he makes the first. I think he's a pretty good free throw shooter. So second for Tim Hardaway is good. It's an 11-point game. It's hovered at this margin, well, very consistently since Kyrie came back on, like that 9 to 13 range, sort of. Claxton looking for a handoff, and he's going to give it to Bridges, who gives it to O'Neal, who shoots the 3, and that is just not a shot. You didn't even test the interior when you're in the bonus, bro. Nothing screams more brain dead than that. Williams for 3 in the corner. Yes. And those are the 3s that really kill you because, well, it's a complete swing of play. Thomas, the response? Nope. And a board by Doncic. 1 and done. And this could actually... Well, Doncic has put up a 3 and he hits. We literally had them in single digits about 20... Well, not 20, but a minute ago. I was going to say 20 seconds. It feels that way. It's been 3 consecutive possessions they've scored on. Bridges for 3, and it's just because we've shot 3 threes when we had shot about 4 threes for the quarter. We've shot more... Oh my God, he shot another one and hit another one. Oh, it's just so fucking pathetic. Mate. It's so fucking depressing, man. We had them clamped for the whole quarter, and in 2 minutes, they have doubled the margin and ended up outscoring us in the quarter if we don't score here. Thomas gets a 2, but he's... Well, we're not going to outscore them in the quarter. Oh my God, he shot one from the logo and he's airballed it. That's 3/4 time, but they just doubled. They just doubled the score in 2 minutes after we sliced it in half for 10 minutes. That's how long it took for us to get it down halfway. And they've just gone on a run, which has completely erased every bit of good we did on the defensive side. And so, just like that, the Mavericks actually scored 30 in the quarter. They scored 31 in the first quarter, and honestly, it doesn't even feel like they were even close to being that good, you know, good to their first quarter efforts in that quarter. Like, they just... Like, I reckon they had 15 to 17 points for the longest time. Like, they scored 6 points in a 5-minute period and still scored 30 in the entire quarter. Like, how does that make any form of sense? This team lacks consistency. I don't know why I said this scream. That doesn't make any fucking sense. This team lacks consistency, man. And it you can see it from a seasonal perspective, like the amount of times we go on losing streaks, can't string wins together. Then you look within a game sense and you see like quarter by quarter we change the way we perform, the way we play. Then you look at it from a quarterly perspective and you see within the quarter, there's stages where we play well and then we completely let all our hard work go to waste with like a 3 or 4 minute diabolical patch. And just like that, we're looking at this game the exact same way we were looking at it at halftime. You know? And that's why I really, like, my spirit hasn't been that high today, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because I just can't be asked. Because I just knew this team is not consistent enough. And it's not all down to JV. Sometimes it's just down to the fact that the players aren't good enough. We don't have players that can consistently perform. Like, the amount of times we win games, but you always see 1 quarter of vulnerability with this team. And it raises a level of indecision, you know? The only exception was the game against Utah, where we really put the foot on the gas in the last quarter. Cam has 8 boards, 7 dimes, 16 points. Do you think JV will be happy? Well, I don't think JV will be happy at all. Something's got to give. The coach has probably got to go. You've just got to stamp your authority as like if you're higher up, you have to stamp your authority, and you also just have to make your mind up. Stop fucking around with the direction of the org and make a damn decision with what you want to do. Because right now I continue to not understand which way this team is going. And you know, you see a lot of crap being spread on Twitter, right? You see tons of it, lots of different opinions, and that sort of thing. But you know what? Like, some people are constantly criticized for having the wrong decision. Well, when the front office, I don't even think, know the right decision, how can you bag everyday Nets supporters for just not knowing better? Like, you know, we don't know any better than the front office. I don't know why people get criticized for just having a take. And it's all about proving people right on there. Like, you're all allowed to have opinions. You shouldn't get fucking torched for having an opinion. And when you say something that eventually gets proven wrong, why do people get criticized? O'Neal pump fake and 3. It's good. And, well, just as quickly as the lead got increased to 18, the Nets have scored 2 threes in the opening minute of the last, and it is down to 12. So, well, who fucking knows what this last quarter's got to offer? Kyrie scores. I mean, I can tell you right now, if Kyrie's allowed to score buckets that easily, then we don't have a sniff. So it's Ben, O'Neal, Bridges, Wilson, and Dinwiddie. Clowney only played the 4 minutes. Ben, oh, that's a quality finish there by Ben with the right hand. He sort of threw it to his left hand to complete the play, and it's down to 12. Ben's got 9 points and 8 boards to go with 5 dimes. Kleber under the basket. He lost the handle, then he got it back. The pass to the corner for Jones needed to be cut off, but wasn't. He's going to try to take on Wilson. It's great defense, but you got to box out if you're going to collapse the defense. Doncic, Euro, hangs and misses the layup. The Nets have got to push. Ben, Dinwiddie, steps into a 3. It's off. And that is the second shot he's taken of the game, and it was the worst time to take it. It's a 3-on-2. Kleber's open in the corner, and that is off. So we're lucky. Oh my God, bro. Why? You can see from a mile away. Oh my God. Kyrie, bro, pickpocketed Ben from behind and they score a 3 from it. That is just pathetic. You need players to tell you that there is a guy about to sneak up on you. Use your fucking voice. Oh my God. And to think that if we didn't give that 3 away, we would be down to single digits. Instead, it's a 14-point game with that Doncic mid-range 2. Luka and Kyrie have 30 each, bro. Dinwiddie the drive. Kick out. O'Neal's open again. And that one is well short. And the rebound by the Mavericks. So, live by the 3, die by the 3, am I right? Luka the drive, he lost the ball. It's going to be free throws. God damn it. God damn. If you are enjoying the stream, I mean, if you really think that's possible, make sure to drop a like on it. And if you want to tune in for these and use these streams almost as a little bit of therapy, make sure to subscribe as well. We'll be back for Nets versus Cavaliers in a couple of days. Yeah, 102-88 the score. It's dire. It's real dire at the moment, for sure. Doncic makes 1 of 2, splits the pair, and we've got 9 full minutes to go on a couple of runs, potentially win the final game, hopefully, where this team looks this way. We just fucking turned it over, though, so... Oh my God, Kyrie. Well, it was excellent handles, but excellent work by Wilson defensively. Bridges moves into a 3. Good defense by Ben. Or good play by Ben. It wasn't defense. It was good passing play. The driving kick, it's simple, but it works. We have hit 4 threes this quarter. That's why we've cut it down to 6. Or cut it down by 6 in the quarter. Doncic, the response? No. Board by O'Neal. Ben, I need you to fling this pass forward. Bridges will not get the handoff. O'Neal to Dinwiddie. Now to Wilson. He's going to shoot the 3. It's good. It's down to single figures, and we have a timeout by the Mavericks. And Jalen Wilson's been putting in a shift. I do not know why this guy hasn't played. He is ready-made. He's 23. He's played a ton of basketball, and he's not fucking slim built. We have too many slim built players. He is not one of them. Therefore, he will help you on defense. Use your fucking brain, JV. And he's a capable shooter. He can shoot it. And he's a good offensive rebounder. The merit for playing this guy is... Well, I think the problem is it's a no-brainer. And JV cannot identify a no-brainer from, well, anything else. And it should be pretty easy to pick a no-brainer type decision. But with JV, everything's made difficult, isn't it? Right, so... We actually haven't seen the box score since halftime. The Nets have started on a 17-8 run in the quarter. And, well, Mikal Bridges has hit 5 threes. So even in this stretch where we've been hella inconsistent, Mikal Bridges has been very, very good over the last 12 to 13 games. Let me just update these Claxton numbers. He's got 4 blocks, which is a pretty good number to have, especially after he just had 7. Jalen Wilson off the bench, 10 points. He is a plus in the plus minus. Believe it or not, Spencer Dinwiddie, who was taken 2 shots in the entire game and has looked passive as hell. In 26 minutes, he's actually been a net positive. Who would have thought? So yeah, Wilson's got 3 boards, 2 dimes, 1 steal, 10 points. He's been good on defense, I tell you what. And O'Neal's got 18. I didn't see that coming. Cam Thomas, triple-double watch potentially, even though he's not shooting the ball well. He may look to feed his teammates. And look, I did say at halftime or at quarter time when we had shot about 11 threes, I said, only take the threes that are available to you. And since halftime, we've been really efficient from the outside, I think. We've scored 7 of 13, I'm pretty sure. And we've hit... Well, we're shooting a lot better than we did in the first half, for sure. The problem is the first half happened. And this always happens where if it's not the first half, it's the second half. If it's not the second half, it's the first half, where we falter. The turnovers have been an issue, but the 29 dimes are something to be happy about. The problem is we are playing two players who already have 30 points each and shooting it very well. The Mavericks have lowered their percentages from the field and three over the course of time. But, you know, they have led us back into this game as we have started to make more of our threes. And the free throws, we've had a little bit more of an advantage in that respect. So it is a 9-point game. The Mavericks are not notably known to play good defense. So, well, that is just terrible. Out of the timeout, whatever fucking defense that was supposed to be by the Nets, it was fucking abysmal. And now it's Dinwiddie, who will give it off to O'Neal. Oh, what a pass. And Bridges is able to tap it in with pizzazz. And it is a 9-point game. Can we get another stop? Irving on the outside, picked up by O'Neal. It's Wilson, O'Neal, Claxton, Bridges, Dinwiddie. Irving pulls up for two and misses. It's a board for Wilson. 7 minutes to play. There is a boatload of time left in this game. It's Bridges to Dinwiddie. Bounce pass to O'Neal. Back out to Dinwiddie. Switch on the wing. Out to O'Neal. Shoots a three. It's open. Oh, Royce is just that kind of player, isn't he? Makes some tough threes. He just makes them when he wants to, really. That would have been a big three to make. Luka is doubled. It's allowed an open three for Josh Green, and that one rims out as well. So they've really just dried up percentage-wise. Dinwiddie gets by Luka. Layup is good, and it's down to 7. 6:20 to play. We've got to keep on knuckling down. You got to go at him. You got to play with the aggression. As JV said in the huddles. Hardaway to Luka. The switch. We rotate across well, and Wilson with a good defensive stop. Hand in the face. It was a tough shot, and it warranted a miss. That contest. It's O'Neal who's going to look for Bridges or Claxton instead. He swings it across further to Dinwiddie, who's going to lob it up. Claxton, foul +1! Yes! And they fucking didn't call it. What? Bro, you're kidding. You're kidding. How is that not? What? What? How is that not a foul on the way up? No way! He's going up! No way! Oh my god, that is fucking bullshit. He's on the way up. That is so bullshit, man. He scored the 2 and escorted it in, and they've just chalked it off. So now we have to earn basically all 3 points again. Bridges misses the 2. So we just lost 4 points, and they've gone up the other end and thrown it down ferociously. It's gone from a 5-point game, potentially, or 4-point game, to a complete swing the other way. Dinwiddie gets the foul and gets it to go. So finally we get the 2... Well, not the 2 for 1, the and 1. And it's... Well, gonna be a free throw for the Nets. But fucking hell, man. If those little things just went our way... I think that happened a couple of games ago where we lost. Where we had the opportunity to cut the deficit, but they chalked off the and one that we would have gotten if the play continued. And if the foul was called on the gather. A 13-4 run where we're one run away from potentially getting the lead. Doncic drives and there is a foul, and Luka would have, well, it would have been a miss if it wasn't a foul, or it probably would have been a make. But instead, it's none of those outcomes, and it's Doncic going to the free throw line. I really hope that he runs with, well, Doncic first of all, missed the free throw. I am loving the fact that JV... Okay, well, he just loves to dash my hopes, doesn't he? He's taken Wilson off. I'm not even joking. I think he would have been a good guy to close with. He's had a superb game today. Doncic misses both. Get the rebound. You idiots! Royce! Oh my god! Oh my god! You idiots! Oh my god. Mate, how on earth? I tell you what, if he kept Wilson on and took off O'Neal, Wilson secures the rebound. I'm not even kidding. Kyrie for three. Yes. You cannot write it any other way. We have had multiple instances where we could have cut it to 4, but our possession has been chalked off, and thus we have gotten punished on the other side. It's such a joke. I don't know why Dinwiddie is fucking playing. You shot a step back 3 and missed. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What the fuck has Dinwiddie done today? Kyrie, another 3, it's going in. And just like that, it's up to 12 points and the game is over immediately. And it all started because you couldn't get a fucking rebound off a free throw miss. Because you play bum-ass 6'4" power forward Royce O'Neal. The guy is too small to play the 4 if you want to get a rebound. He's all good and well for playing switch defense, but he is fucking shit at getting rebounds because he's got butter on his hands every single time. How many plays is he going to lose the basketball as a facilitator, bro? And that's not even relevant to him not being able to rake in a rebound. That is fucking fundamentals, bro. It just saps your energy every single time when you make one play like that. And it completely swings the momentum. It's like in the third quarter when Clax, like we had gone on a run and then Clax gets hit with a flagrant because he hit Luka in the balls. We had gone on like a 16-6 run before then. They respond. Then we get it under 10 and Luka responds with 3 threes at the back end of the third quarter. And then just now, we got it to 2 possessions. If we got the rebound off the Luka free throw miss, we could have cut it to 1 possession. Instead, we're talking about us being down a dozen, the exact same point we were at about 6 minutes ago. And it is the exact same way the third quarter went. We took so long to slowly trim the deficit back. And then Dallas scored 3 straight threes. And all of a sudden it's back up to where it was 5 to 6 minutes ago. And I did say, when did I say it? I reckon I said probably about 15 minutes ago, this team is inconsistent and it goes as, like, from a sample as large as looking at the season as a whole to as small a sample as looking within a quarter and seeing how by minute to minute we change the way we perform. We'll have a good 8-minute block and it'll completely be erased in a 4-minute block. It's that simple. And it fucking does my head in because the team shows a glimpse every so often that they are capable. but then they the hopes completely go away. And I mean, I could have said maybe 30 seconds to a minute of game time ago that we are in this game, but now I can safely say we're not, because the momentum has swung the complete other way. And isn't it a coincidence? You bring off one of the guys that have had a chip on their shoulder all season because they haven't gotten game time. He's a wing who I talked about him. I hyped him up for like a full 2 minutes, saying what he's good at, saying why we've played well because or when he's in. And then all of a sudden, you take him off and immediately you get completely deprived of what he brings. Bridges gets it to go with the right hand, so I guess that's a good play out of the timeout, but you need to score 10 points in 4 minutes and not concede. And with Luka and Kyrie on the court and playing so well, I find that very, very hard to see happening. He's picked up by Cam Thomas, Kyrie, and he's now doubled. But yet again, we are not aggressive, trying to actually get in the way of the pass. O'Neal with the block, and it's going the other way. We are very lucky because that one could have easily been called the other way, and we don't have a challenge to protest. So 113-103. We've got 4 minutes to play. Do we have one more run in us? Dinwiddie, lob, Claxton couldn't convert the dunk, and it was halfway down as well. So that probably is an indicator of how this game's destined to go. We've got 3.5 to play. Doncic, Green, there's an open number. Green just passed it to himself, and look, you can only worry about what's ahead of you and not what's in the past. But you look at the events of the past in this game and you say, well, this game could have been a hell of a lot closer. But I could speak shoulda, coulda, woulda all game long and it wouldn't make a difference to anything. Bridges step back three, it's off. And that is just a terrible looking shot. And we're going to get a timeout by Jason Kidd. So I would assume that he wants to put this game beyond doubt. So he's called the use it or lose it timeout. And he is going to hopefully, get a look that will seal the game off for them. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new so you can tune in for when I go live. Next, it'll be Nets versus Cavaliers on Friday. Is our team going to look different when that game rolls round? I would hope so. Because right now we're not seeing players like Wilson who have a very good part to play in the team. And, to be frank, those minutes are getting stolen by players who don't deserve it or aren't part of the plan. And in essence, we've got players or we've got assets running around on the field, on the court. We've got a lot of draft picks running around on the court, and it's not the players we have handpicked. It's the picks we'll get from the players that we keep playing, that are veterans, that should be on contending teams. We would be able to get so many picks out of O'Neal, Dinwiddie, voice crack, Finney Smith maybe. Finney Smith isn't as much of a rush because he's got a longer deal. You're locked into that one long term, so good piece to have on good money, but probably not aligning. Doncic is going to back down Claxton. He's in an ISO. He's going to turn around. Claxton with the block, and now you've got to move. You've got to go. We have no Ben on the floor, so Dinwiddie's running the point. He's going to drive, accelerate, and score with the left hand or the right hand. Doesn't really matter. It's gone in, and it's down to an 8-point game. This is where you need one of the explosive runs to get you back in it, but the Mavericks are going to look to run down every possession. Green to Kleber, back to Green, and he's going to pass to Kyrie, who is on the edge of the paint. He is doubled, out to Kleber. It's an open look. No one is contesting that. And of course, they get the long rebound and watch them hit a three. I'm telling you right now, they have done this all game long. Kleber out to Green. It's an open look, and he's going to hit. What did I say? What did I say? You can't get the rebound. What do you fucking expect? We've given away about 9 points because we couldn't secure a rebound. That's just a regulation dunk for Spencer Dinwiddie. It's down to 9. But you've just got to be better. You've just... Oh. You just have to be better on the glass. It's really that simple. Williams is going to drive. Pass straight to Bridges. Go, go, go. He's going to pull up for three. It's open, and he did not have any lift, and that is the sign of a bloke who's playing on the second night of a back-to-back. If he made that, it would have cut it to 6 and made it very, very interesting with a minute and a half left, especially if you're playing as aggressively as you are defensively. The Kleber three is off, and it's going to be net ball. And Williams wants a challenge. And are we going to get it? Yep. They're going to challenge it. They'll probably win it. And if they do, that'll be the dagger, you would suspect. There has been so many opportunities for this Nets team to potentially get back in the game purely by being able to prevent points. The amount of second chance points the Mavericks have gotten, I don't think it's that many, but it has been very, very damaging when they have gotten the offensive board. Yeah. And look, ultimately it was like all the damage was done in the first half. Again, it's not the first half, it's the second half. It's not the second half, it's the first half. Because we've been really well renowned in a lot of games in recent memory to have awful third quarters. Today it was the first half. Consistently, it was shit. Yeah. So, ultimately, we've been punished because yet again, if you're going to chase tail from as far behind as we were, it's always going to be incredibly difficult. It's always going to be incredibly difficult for you to be able to make up the ground, especially when you've got, Luka, Doncic, and Kyrie to contend with. Those two have been superb. Did Grant Williams touch that? I don't think he did. I think that'll be Mavericks ball, and I would assume it's going to be overturned. Unless it's inconclusive, in which they can't overturn it, it would be net ball. And the Mavericks have overturned... Well, if Mavericks overturn it, they'll retain the challenge as well, which is equally valuable for this stage of the game. Did Kyrie get the tribute video? He didn't. He did get like a notable sort of recognition, but no tribute video, which is a little bit of a telling sign, isn't it? This game shows why we should play Jalen Wilson much more. It says that, and it also says why we should trade Doe or Royce O'Neal. Because those guys are hogging Wilson's minutes. Yep, that's it. Cam Thomas, it was deemed to go off his hands, and it's going to be Mavericks ball. So yet again, another situation where you can't rake in the rebound. And it's not even rebounds that aren't attainable because you're playing switch. Like, it is rebounds that you have the position, you have the positioning, or you've got to hustle for it. It's smaller players for Dallas getting these rebounds. Like, we're getting trumped by players that should not be getting the rebound. It's the kind of rebound that Nets players don't usually get. Let's put it that way. There are so many rebounds we don't get. So many rebounds that we don't get that other teams do. So, 9-point game with 70 seconds to play. And And we've scored 60 points in this second half, but unfortunately it's just been too much to overcome, and we've just allowed a layup. That sums it up, really. That really sums it up. Dinwiddie. Lob. Claxton, yet again, can't make the dunk. That's the second time that's happened in the quarter. And that's more points left on the table. And the Mavericks don't need to do anything more than just dribble out the clock. And Claxton will now intentionally foul with 44 seconds to play. So Doncic to the line, and well, this is that's gonna do it pretty much, I would say. We won't dawdle too much with the post game. Jalen Wilson, man. Jalen Wilson needs to play next game. I do not care, bro. The guy's too good to be playing G League. It's just, yeah. Luka rims out on that rebound, or that free throw, so we get the rebound. Dinwiddie will pull up for three. That really sums up Dinwiddie's second stint, throwing up some fucking garbage three-pointer. And ultimately, like, I mean, that's probably Spencer's last game in a net uniform, and I don't think we'll see him in a net uniform again. It's another L. It's number 30 of the season. And, well, that's really going to do it. I'll let the clock run out. It's a 12-point loss. We did outscore them in that quarter, but unfortunately, we let ourselves down. Back into the third, entirety of the first half, it was just too much to handle, really. And ultimately, the Mavericks will win this one by 12. And that's probably the last time we see a number of Nets players wearing the net uniform. I don't know who it's going to be, of course. But nonetheless, maybe the end of an era for a couple of these guys, and probably not a great era, not too memorable of an era. We look at the box score, and the Mavericks ultimately, they even things out in terms of how they shot the ball, but their first half, they went nuclear. It didn't have too much scoring punch outside of Kyrie and Luka, but boy, oh boy, was that scoring punch crazy. Luka went 50% from the line, but look at the shooting percentages. Like, when you're shooting at that high a volume and making that many shots, it's only going to result in good things. And yeah, that's what they won this game on the back of. They were superb, and there's not much more you can say about them. From a Nets perspective, Bridges was pretty good today. Cam Thomas had another rough one, but he did have a career high in assists, and he was pushing a triple-double, but he went missing at the end of the game. I don't know if we weren't... Like, for starters, Jalen Wilson played till about the 5-minute mark, but when Cam Thomas came on, I didn't really see too much of him, which was an interesting sort of call. Claxton ended up having 5 blocks to go with 9 points and 11 rebounds, so that was a pretty decent sort of performance, but he shot 3 of 9, so a couple of missed dunks in there, leaving a few points on the table. Spencer Dinwiddie actually made every one of his shots on the interior. The problem was he decided to take 4 threes that were potentially some of the worst I've ever seen. And Ben Simmons had 9, 9, and 7. O'Neal shot it pretty poorly. The fact he took the same amount of shots as Cam Thomas is criminal, I would say. The fact he played 31 minutes is probably even more criminal. That being said, Ben playing 20 minutes was probably the expectation going in. I'm really, really happy about what I saw from Jalen Wilson today. If there's any positives, the few positives you can take out of today, that is definitely one of them. He was a positive in the plus-minus, and he played 17 minutes. Spencer Dinwiddie played 34 minutes and was actually a positive in the plus minus. Now, I don't know what that says, but that's a crazy stat to think about because we know how shit Spencer Dinwiddie sort of was at stages. I don't think he was our worst player today. But look, he wasn't ideal, of course. Closing the game out, I think he really compromised it. As soon as Jalen Wilson went off for Cam Thomas and then Spencer Dinwiddie decided to facilitate instead of Cam Thomas, that's where the thinking was all backwards. I don't know why we couldn't have taken off Spencer, brought on Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas handles the rock. You've got Wilson, who probably adds a little bit more versatility in there. Royce O'Neal could have stayed in the game. You have a bit more size and a bit more switchability, a little bit more flexibility in that area. Ultimately, we don't shoot well from... Well, actually, we don't shoot too badly. I think these are very much average, these percentages, but, you know, we're just simply not good enough when you compare it to Dallas. Like, Dallas shot at 46 of 91, and we shot 41 of 91. So same amount of shots attempted. They made a few more. That would have been the difference in the game. They hit 19 threes, which was incredibly problematic. Yes, we only held them to... We were able to hold them to 13 free throws, but you gave away 19 threes. So I don't really know. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, if you're holding them to 13 free throws when you're giving up even more on the outside. Jalen Wilson, as I said, was good. Team stats, would imagine that, yeah, the Mavericks have got the edge in all those categories. Offensive rebounds, we actually had more, but I tell you what, I reckon they've got more second chance points, and we're going to do that check now. 34 assists is a crazy amount, and I think Cam Thomas really helped that. Yeah, Cam Thomas getting 8 dimes, Spencer getting 5, Ben getting 7. You know, all these add up, and I think that's a good sign going forward that Cam can show that side to his game. With Ben, that voice crack was disgusting as well. I've just lost my voice today. It's been tough. I just want to see let's have a look at the stats here. For context, we had... So, over an extended period... over an extended period for 7 minutes of the third quarter, from the 10:35 mark to the 3:35 mark in the third quarter, we went on a 22-8 run. So, of course, a 14-point trimming, right? I think it was 23-point lead down to 9 for Dallas. In the space of, from the 2:37 mark to the 25-second mark of the third quarter, so that is the best part of 2 minutes, the Mavericks went on a 13-2 run. Now, if you were able to even hold them at bay and go score for score, then you may have a different result here, because all your work wouldn't have been undone. You would have been far more back into the game, and you also would have had the confidence because you have the momentum. You know you have the advantage going into the last quarter in terms of self-belief. And on the Mavericks side, it would have been a little bit of uncertainty because they had blown a huge portion of that lead. So to see it all evaporate from a Nets perspective was just draining. And from a Mavericks perspective, it instilled a level of certainty. And they would have felt a little bit more conviction with what they were doing. And it allowed them to relax a little and not feel the pressures that could have eased into the game with a close game. So, second chance points 13-9. I reckon they hit about 4 threes. I'm not going to lie. From 4 of their 6 offensive boards. They had 15 fast break points to 11, and they had 11 points off turnovers to 9. So it wasn't as sizable of a difference as I thought it would be, but at the same time, yeah, they were killer moments when we gave away those second chance points and the like. Jalen Wilson needs to play. But that's going to wrap it up. My voice is actually gone and butchered. If you did enjoy the stream, make sure to drop a like on the way out and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back in 48 hours. The team will be a lot different, so we'll have plenty to talk about in terms of the trade deadline and all that. And hopefully it's going to contribute to a better 31 or so games to watch in the back end of the season, because I sure as hell can't deal with 31 more games of this. That's going to do it. We'll see you soon. Stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.